So today we're going to learn how to introduce ourselves in Nahuatl with statements like I call myself, my name is, what is your name? It's going to be a fun and interesting challenge. For Spanish speakers, we're going to learn where the word tocayo comes from, and for English speakers, tocayo is what you call someone as a term of endearment when they have the same name as you. And when I was first studying this, I thought this belonged to the Mexican dialect of Spanish, but I learned it's widespread in the Philippines, Peru, Dominican Republic, even Spain. Now after this lesson, we can start to make sense out of statements like Kuali tonali ni paki ni mit ishmati tlen motoka, which is good morning, I'm happy to meet you, what's your name? And again, when we learn and study these words, we're using the study of morphology so we can break down the words into their components to understand the language more deeply. Now the challenge here is that we're starting to deal with conjugations, and most of us aren't linguistically trained, even in our native language. We just kind of learn through experience. So if I were to ask English speakers, what's the definition of is, and, or am, it's not that obvious. So when it comes to introducing yourself, there are different ways to do it. My name is, I call myself, they're very different words, very different placements, but it fundamentally means the same thing. Likewise, based on the language that you're speaking, one may be more natural than the other. Like in Spanish, it's me llamo instead of saying mi nombre es, and in English, it's my name is. Okay, so the word for name in Nahuatl is tocaik, and to say my name is Nino Tocayo Tia. In previous lessons, we've learned what ni means, it's I, and no is going to be a particle for my. So this combination here is creating a statement with the verb where it's I verb myself, right? So Nino Shima is I shave myself. And we've learned this in previous lessons that they're not going to be one-to-one translations with English in particular because there are different language systems. Even in Spanish, we say te amo for I love you instead of yo te amo a ti. And we have to be careful with these conjugations and these particles here because if you say it the wrong way, it starts to sound awkward and like you need practice in the language, which is common when you're learning a language. For example, when I first started studying this, I thought the proper way to say it was Nino Tocaik, but it's not, it's Nino Tocayo Tia, and then I had to look into no toca. Again, so no toca is the same idea. It's a conjugation of saying my name is. And then when it comes to saying what is your name, it's tlien motoka. So here we verified tlien is what, mo is your. Another way to say it is kenin ti motokaya tia. How do you name yourself? We saw something like this in previous lessons where gentika is how are you, gen being how are, and genin being how do, and ti being a way to say you when you is the subject rather than the object, which is meets. So ti and meets are both you. And yeah, I only have 3 minutes to explain these things, so sometimes they can be a little rushed, but these are the resources that I primarily use to understand and break down morphemes and words. And if you found that interesting or if you learned something new, I would definitely invite you to check out my work. I work on a number of different applications, education apps, and also content related to this. All right, folks, peace.